And we're back to real football here. I want to ask you a question because they were talking about this on ESPN all week. Do you think the hit on have you seen the hit that like hurt his knee, Ben Roethlisberger's?
Yeah.
Do you think it was dirty?
No. The guy tripped over his own damn feet. It was blatant.
Yeah, and he had to be going in the direction of Ben Roethlisberger. It was not his fault. So
yeah, anyone who says that hit is egregious is an idiot because, quite honestly, it was not an egregious hit. It was an accidental hit, and what the hell are you supposed to do? Just stop and float away?
Yeah, I mean, in the midst of the game, you can't really help that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So I agree with you. Okay, I just want to ask that because I didn't think it was dirty at all, and some people were complaining that it was absolutely dirty because he actually tripped, he lunged. No,
he didn't lunge. He just fucking tripped.
You bringing up NFL?
Yes, I am.
All right, cool. We'll run down the scores, see if there's any hot topics or anything we can blurt out here.
Ivory Gashes Dolphins. Yep. Hill and Jones. Bengals are good this year, kids. No denying it.
Are we talking about this week's scores or last week's?
That's this week's scores, isn't it?
We're talking about last week's scores.
Oh, we want to talk about last week?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, these are none of the games are done except for the Steeler game, which that was atrocious. Sorry. That was the hardest game to watch. I've never cut off a football game.
Watching Scobie kick is the hardest thing to do.
Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
His nickname is Scooby-Doo.
Ridiculous.
All right.
I'm going back to week 3.
I know. All right. Washington, Dallas. Get rid of Kirk Cousins, guys. I keep telling you. We were in that game. You just gotta stop showing up.
You played the Giants last week.
Oh, yeah. Washington Giants, I'm sorry. You just said Kirk Cousins. Sorry. Need to do it. He has, I don't know if I told this stat to you last week.
Whenever.
RG3 and Kirk Cousins now have the same amount of interceptions in their career. 23. Okay? Kirk Cousins has done it with 600 less passes.
I still think Colt McCoy is the better option in that offense,
I don't agree.
I don't think RG3 is because I don't think it's going to pan out. They're not letting him do what RG3 does, and if you're not going to let the quarterback play, then there's no sense in putting him in there. He's not going to be successful.
Okay. Falcons.
That did not surprise me.
It surprised me that they came back from like 28-0 to win. That's what surprised me.
Yeah, but I mean, they turned it on. They dumped it. They got everything they need there. It's just getting it all flowing. It takes too long to get going. The Raiders over the Browns. That kind of surprised me. I thought the Browns might actually. I thought they.
The Browns have no weapons. That's the thing. That's the issue with the Browns. Is Raiders are not a bad team.
Not this year.
No.
This year they're going to be okay. Next year they're going to be good.
I told you, I never had an issue. I don't think they're bad talent. What is it? Structure. It's always been structure. And Jack Del Rio is not an out of this world great coach, but he's not a bad coach either.
Well, with the ownership changing hands too, that did help.
Yeah,
I think that helped.
Jack Del Rio can bring a little bit of settlement to the chaos, calm to the chaos. And he's a very good coach. What was the other game? The Colts.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God. Thank you, Andrew Luck, for actually winning the game. I think your defense did more for you than you did, but that's okay. The Bengals are the truth. They're the real deal in that division. They are going to win that division, hands down. No one's even going to catch them.
Well, I mean, Steelers had a chance with Ben, but not without Ben.
No, without Ben, forget about it. Jags, yeah, they were going to lose to the Patriots. Tom Brady is an asshole.
Why?
Just why?
Why?
The only thing he is trying to do right now, and that is it. The only thing he's trying to do is he wants the season touchdown record for Peyton Manning. That's what he wants. That's all that score was.
No, it wasn't.
He
didn't play the fourth quarter. He didn't even play the third quarter. He had 3 rushing touchdowns
and he was still out there playing warm up.
I hope he runs it. I hope they go undefeated this year. I really do.
They're not
just to punish the league for the bullshit that they did with the whole deflating the football.
They're not bringing that up again.
Okay.
The Panthers beating the Saints, no surprise.
You're not going to hold on. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the Patriots are at least a legitimately good football team.
Well, they are. They're always a legitimately good football team.
Okay, don't take that away from them then.
I just fucking hate them.
I understand that, but don't take that away from them. They are a good football team.
I just fucking hate them.
Okay.
It's a personal thing.
Okay.
The Saints lost. You knew that was going to happen.
I feel the same thing with Dallas, but they have legitimately good talent on that team. So do I.
The Eagles getting a win, that was nice. That made me happy, but it was the Jets, so there's that. Texans beating the Buccaneers. That was kind of a toss-up as far as I was concerned. I really couldn't have decided.
I like the Texans, so I'm glad they won. I like a lot of their players.
Well, I don't hate them, but I mean that was a toss-up game to me right there. I had no idea how it was going to go. I did not predict that
the Vikings.
I figured the Chargers would
shit out of the Colts.
I figured the Chargers. I figured the Chargers were going to win that.
Well, I think what's his name? Had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson had like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, his first decent game this season.
He had 100 yards the week before. He just did 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, but that was his first decent. I mean, that's why you drafted him in the first.
Steelers Rams. That game was an eyesore.
That was boring.
Yeah,
that was a fucking snooze.
Every Steeler game from here on out until Ben gets back is gonna be an eyesore.
Yeah, it's gonna be
no offense, shitty defense.
Kick, miss, score the occasional.
Cardinals are the truth.
Yes, they are legitimately a barn burning team.
That is such a good team. I'm so happy for them too. I have a soft spot for the Cardinals. Like whenever they played the Steelers and they had Kurt Warner as their quarterback, it was like a big redemption because he did horrible with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Like after he went to he lost the Super Bowl, he did really bad in St. Louis, and then he went there and he had legit resurgence. He also had great receivers. He had Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden in his prime.
Yeah, but now we have Carson Palmer.
Yeah, no, Palmer ain't bad.
Well, now he's healthy.
Isn't doing bad at all. We were just talking about that. Bruce Arians has done a lot of good things. Was that on the podcast?
I think
why? Okay, yeah, we were talking about.
Yeah, you were going on about Bruce Arians.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
Bills over the Dolphins. That was really no surprise. That Dolphins defense was so fucking overrated.
The Dolphins deserve to be 0-3, 0-4 now because they lost to the Jets today.
That defense is so fucking overrated.
So here's another thing that I said, and I'm gonna get at someone in our podcast because he messaged me bitching about what I said about the Lions and what I said about the Dolphins. It's like Dolphins, they have talent, but they have no structure. Their coach is not a good coach. That's my issue with nothing personal. It's their history. Same with we just said that about Oakland Raiders. There's nothing personal there. I don't dislike the Oakland Raiders. They just never have good structure. They do now. Like I said, Jack Del Rio is a good football coach. He's a good manager of everything, so he has structure there. The Bears are another example. Last few years, they've had Mark Trustman. Now, John Fox is a good football coach. He's bringing order to the chaos.
The Bears will be a good team in 3 years.
If Miami gets rid of their coach and they get a real coach in there who knows how to bring structure and discipline to the entire team, not just one side of the ball, they would be a legitimately good team. But they just don't do that.
They got some of the best components on defense, and they just can't get it going.
How do you sign Ndamukong Suh and you do worse on defense? They're statistically worse than they were last year.
Warren Buffett's favorite fucking player is Ndamukong Suh. Wrap your fucking mind around that.
Yeah. Bears, we just talked about this. I don't think Bears are horrible. It's like they had Jimmy Clausen last week, and you have Jimmy Clausen, you had the return of Cam Chancellor. Just a whole recipe for disaster for the Bears.
Well, the Seahawks were pissed off anyway. They had something to prove, and the Bears just happened to be on the shit end of that one. I feel bad for them a little bit.
Broncos, Lions. I don't think the Broncos are all that good.
Their defense is straight up legit.
I'll give you that.
But they're straight up legit.
Horrible.
No, they can't get the offense stoking. Well, I think part of that's the coaching. I think you need to you got to think about how long Peyton Manning's been in the league. Let him play. Let him play. He knows more about what's going on in that field than you do standing on the sidelines.
I'm agreeing with that, but my issue with that is, first off, you got to establish a running game. That's going to help Peyton out the most. Why were you able to do that last year at the end of the season, but you can't do it now?
And you got the same 2 guys, CJ and Ronnie.
I want to say it's scheme and coaching. What does this mean?
I would agree with that 100%.
And I think Broncos are somehow playing on fumes, and here's why. That offense is not getting going. You have Peyton Manning. Any team Peyton Manning's been on, he's always been able to get the offense going. 24 points on the Lions. I know you're a Lions fan, but that defense is not good.
No, they should have been able to do better.
Oh, no, they should have put up 30 on that team.
Easily. But the defense scored 2 of those touchdowns.
Yeah, that's my point.
The Broncos' defense, yeah, it's straight up.
Besides that, you got 10 points out of the offense.
Yeah,
that's not very good.
Yeah.
And the Lions got 12 on you, so that's 2 field goals, I guess. Yeah, that's 4 field goals.
That's all they got, though.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that the Broncos' defense is playing. I don't think they'll be able to put it up forever to be able to play as good as they are forever. Because something's going to happen. You have Akeem Talib. He's been playing lights out corner, but he always gets injured. Yeah. Every year he gets injured. And you have that across the board. You have guys that play, but they're very fragile and brittle. So, I don't know. Unless Broncos get their offense going, I don't see that. Because the defense got basically pitched shutouts just for them to win games now.
Yeah, Pretty much.
You know, if they would have, if that
defense every game they win this season, it's going to be the defense.
If they didn't get like 4 turnovers, well, you can go either way. Did Kansas City turn the ball over 4 times because they're being lackadaisical, or was it forced by the Broncos? If it wasn't for 4 turnovers by Kansas City would have beat them by 30.
Are you talking about the Packers game, or are you talking about the 2 weeks ago now? Are you in week 2?
I'm still here. I'm just talking about like passing. I'm talking about the Broncos defense over the course of this season. That's what I'm doing.
See, now I thought we were just talking about week 3.
Yeah, we are. But I'm bringing up like their defense and how like if another example, if the Ravens were a little bit better, they probably wouldn't have beaten the Ravens. That's all. If the Ravens wouldn't have threw a pick at the end, they probably would. The Ravens would.
The Ravens will be the worst team in that division this year. They will be the worst team. At the end of it, they will finish in the bottom.
Why? I think they're better coached than the rest.
They might be
the Browns,
but it's going to be like this at the end of the season. It's going to be the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns.
They just traded for a receiver. Was it Kenny Stills?
Was it? I don't know why.
They added a receiver to help out.
I don't have time to watch all of it.
They should have got smart and gone and got Stedman Bailey or something. But okay.
All right.
Broncos, in my opinion, is someone's going to figure out that defense, and then I don't know what they're going to do after that. Yeah. They're going to figure it out, or someone's going to get injured. And then it's going to fall out. It's just going to fall off underneath.
The Broncos are going to get the playoffs, but they're going to limp in. They're definitely limping in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they did last year.
2 years.
And Chiefs, Packers.
Packers are the truth.
Packers are good.
You can man, the way Aaron Rodgers runs that offense, I think you could put a blind crippled kid in there, he'd probably get a touchdown once a game.
Do you know Aaron Rodgers' career touchdown interception ratio? You know what it is?
It's ridiculous.
1 to 4. 1 to 4.15. The next closest person to that is Tom Brady at 1.1 to 2.9. That is insanely good.
And Aaron Rodgers is the fucking truth, dude.
Well, I think he's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the league. It doesn't help that it's not going to help his numbers because he'll never catch people in numbers. Why? He sat for 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's not going to help him. Brady sat for a year and then played every year after that.
Yeah, he got lucky.
You got Peyton Manning, who was thrown in right away. He had his bad years first year, and then he just played every year after that, so on and so forth.
But he learned. Aaron Rodgers is a smart cookie, dude. He learned. He took the time. He mastered Brett Favre's offense. Mastered it.
Well, I think Brett Favre had more weapons than he has.
I'd agree with that.
He had a better running game, and he had way better defense.
Yeah, but the only thing about the Packers under Favre as opposed to the Packers under Rodgers, the Packers under Rodgers are stable. Like, there hasn't been a whole lot of shifting in that offense. It hasn't been like a new guy every year. You know what I mean? But under Favre, they were interchanging parts in that thing all the time.
That just shows how good Favre was, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like Desmond Howard, what was there? 1 year, boom, gone.
Yeah.
And, they just kept interchanging parts under Favre, and it was still a fully functioning offense. Rodgers, I think, has a better offensive set of weapons than Favre did.
I think he has
because it's consistent. Yeah, consistent.
But I would say Favre had a way better defense.
Mm-hmm.
What, Reggie White?
Yeah, he had a far better defense.
We'll go to this week a little bit. We'll talk about whatever's going on right now. I'm working on it. Okay. I'm not rushing you. Just
the back's quick. I'm slow. Jaguars, Colts, 13-10. Figure that out.
And thanks. Jaguars are winning. Wow. Okay. Did they play?
Oh, here's a thought, and it will transition us ever so slightly. Who's the truth? The number 1 in the draft or the number 2 in the draft this year? Winston or Mariota? Who's the truth? And do you blame it on the coaching or do you blame it on the boy?
I think. Okay.
I think Mariota was a far better option.
You just want to talk about. Well, look at that. Look at that score right now. I mean, Winston's doing something against the Panthers. The Panthers have a good defense. My honest to God opinion on that. I honestly would have taken Mariota just based on, I think, his overall intelligence and his overall character. I'm a character guy that resonates with me.
And the Texans are on by this, or Tennessee's on by this.
And so is the Patriots. Yeah. Okay. I would have taken Mariota myself just because they probably took. This is why they probably took Jameis Winston. Bigger. He ran more of a pro-style offense, which translates to the NFL a little better.
Yeah,
and he went to school in Florida, and they're probably thinking we get him, we could sell a lot of jerseys. I don't think Winston's a bad quarterback. You got to understand, Mike Evans has not been playing all year, so his next best option is Vincent Jackson. His running back hasn't been playing great all year, and
Matty Ice is coming home.
Nice. He just needs 2 more of those.
Fuck you, I need 2 more of those.
Percy Harvin got 1 point. Good for him.
Fucking Percy Harvin. Do something. Yeah, I don't know. I think Mariota was overall better guess. Jameis Winston, for me personally,
I think long term, Winston will end up being the better overall. I don't think Mariota's bad. I mean, he's a smart guy.
I actually think Mariota is going to be the one that, in the long term, barring injury, he's going to be the man. And I think Winston's going to be another one of these sad little stories like Michael Vick or whatever, to where not the personality issues, fuck that, but he's just going to play with this team and he's going to be okay.
I think Winston has a bad rep just because of dumb things he did in college.
Well, his problem was...
It's not even a big deal.
It's not a big deal if
other
you're
than
just...
Other than the rape thing, if that happened.
But you and me going to college, doing everything he did, to the letter, all the way down. No one even thought twice about it. But when you're a high-profile individial, you can't jump up on the table and scream, fuck her right in the pussy as loud as you can in the middle of the student choir. You can't do that.
I'm not saying he's completely exonerated of everything he's done. I just think it's overrated because he needs something to talk about.
It's overblown. It is. It's definitely overblown. And I still...
If you never won the Heisman, you've never heard about this shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You never heard about the crab leg thing. You never heard... It never made national media.
I still buy his story on the crab leg thing because you know that happens to those guys all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They walk into a place, just take it, man. Don't worry about it.
I agree with you. I have no issue with the crab leg thing. He's probably like, go ahead, bro.
Okay, we are way off topic. So anyway, currently... I say Mariota. He says Winston.
No, I say Mariota. I would take Mariota. I just think he's supposed to be a little bit better as an overall NFL type quarterback. He's more of a typecast.
Do you want to make like a 10-year bet?
Do we want to make a 10-year bet?
We're going to go 5-year bet.
We'll go 5-year bet.
Okay, 5-year bet. I say 5 years.
What do you gauge as?
We're going to go by stats.
What stats? What if Winston has like a lot of interceptions, but somehow his team is just a little bit better and they win?
No, we're going straight for the quarterback. Based on stats, 5 years from now, I say Mariota's
okay. How about this? We'll look at each stats. Yards, touchdowns, interceptions, completion percentage, QBR.
Touchdown, completion percentage, QBR.
No, I was gonna you match them up and you just check, and each side's a 1. And whoever has the most higher in each category wins.
We'll do that.
Okay. $5 bet.
$5 for 5 years. Let's do $25
for
5 years.
One of us has one. The other one a movie.
Well,
and popcorn.
They're doing 4 more Transformers movies, so I mean, there's going to be something to watch 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Now. And Star Wars. We'll have that. It's all right. Movie date. IMAX movie day.
If there's an IMAX movie, yeah.
All right.
IMAX movie bet right here on the podcast. You saw it.
It's factual. I say Mariota's better in 5 years. Okay. Anyway. The Jaguars are winning, so Blake Bortles is doing something, so we're happy about that.
Click on it and see.
And that means Andrew Luck isn't doing anything.
Don't click on it. Or open a new tab or something.
I don't like opening new tabs on
this. Okay, Giants are beating the Bills, which surprises me.
Yeah, I didn't foresee that happening. I thought that defense was going to be a little bit stouter.
Maybe the Giants have figured out the Bills.
And Tyrod Taylor is... He's really good. He's good.
Panthers, Buccaneers, that's a close game. I did not see that one.
I would definitely pick Cam Newton and the Panthers to win that one.
I would too, but the thing about Cam Newton is he's got no one to throw to.
Oh, and then look at your shit.
Yeah,
you're going to get a division win today, maybe.
I might. Don't say that. Maybe. Every week we do good in the first half, and then we just suck dick in the second half.
Well, you're in the second half right now.
I know,
and
but we
just
suck
a dick.
Redson's got the ball. I'm watching. Oh, Alfred Morris got a point.
Okay.
They do.
Let me refresh that.
Yes.
I don't want to look at old stats while we're actually having a first conversation.
Okay, Raiders are. I think the Raiders are going to win that game.
The Raiders are going to win. Derek Carr is going to be coming up.
14-16. That's not bad.
They got all their touchdowns there at the half. They're taking a break.
Yeah. Texans.
Falcons are the truth, man. They're going to win that division.
Matt Ryan, come out and throw at least one more touchdown, and then you can call it a day. Okay, just Julio Jones is another touchdown.
Julio, it's got to be Julio. Do you have him? You already have him in another.
No, honestly, I don't care. I don't have him. I'm just like, come on, just get another touchdown. get another like 50 yards and a touchdown, and I'll be happy. I will not say anything else. You've been lights out this year, by the way. Matt, I'm convinced that Matt Ryan is a legit elite quarterback.
I think Matty Ice is going to be the next Dan Marino.
I don't know about that.
He's going to be the Hall of Fame quarterback that's going to have all the stats, all the numbers, all the drive, but no Super Bowl.
You're going to have, you have the Peyton Tom Brady kind of rivalry of 1 and 2. At best. For a while, before Aaron Rodgers came along.
Yeah, I was about to say Aaron Rodgers is 1, Brady is 2.
Well, you're going to have Matt Ryan and Andrew Luck. They're going to be 1 and 2. After these guys are like.
Who gets a Super Bowl first?
Ooh, that's
Matty Ice or Andy?
That's a good question. We're actually doing good on this because we're almost done football.
We are doing very well. And we've been pretty in depth for once. I mean, it wasn't very shallow.
That's a good question.
If I
had to pick
Matty Ice or Andrew Luck,
I would say Matty Ice because the team around him's better, his defense is better, and he's got weapons. I mean, he's got 2 good. There's not one receiver on the Colts that is even more close to Roddy White, except for maybe T.Y. Hilton. But I think he has more weapons to throw to.
I think within 3 years,
running game.
I think within 3 years, either the Colts or the Falcons will be Super Bowl champions.
Maybe they'll face each other.
Can they? Yeah,
could.
AFC, NFC.
AFC.
Yeah, that's the game. If that happens, we're putting money on it, and we're not putting small money on it.
Who do you think will win first? I mean, the way their coach is the Falcons.
I really like Andrew.
The coach of the Falcons, it was a Dan Quinn.
Yeah, they got the defensive coordinator from Seattle.
He's turned that team around, man. They're good at defense. They run the ball hard, and they exploit offensive mismatches very well.
I think they're utilizing their weapons better than they ever have before. It's not that Matty wasn't doing his job.
Was it Mike Smith was the coach before? Yeah, he did a horrible. Yeah, Mike Smith.
You weren't letting Matty do his job, and now Matty's able to do his job, and they're putting people in places to help him, not just run the offense. So, that'd be.
But Andrew Luck is Andrew Luck.
It is.
They get him a good offensive line. They can do anything with him.
Get him an offensive line and defense, and good lord.
Well, I don't know that. He's done good without a good defense the last 5 years. So.
I love Andrew Luck. I really do. He's my favorite up and comer, but I'm going to have to say Matty Ice wins the Super Bowl first.
I completely agree.
Even though I just went off on a tirade saying Matty Ice was never going to win a Super Bowl, but
why would you say that?
I just said that just a little while. I said he was going to be the next Dan Marino. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame with no Super Bowl, but I think Andrew Luck's going to be in the Hall of Fame with no Super Bowl.
I don't think that at all.
You think Matty Ice and Andrew Luck?
I think the owners will get smart and they'll start giving them weapons after this year because they're going to realize if we don't protect them, we're going to lose our franchise quarterback we gave up Peyton Manning to get.
Okay, I'm not going to make a decision on this. We're going to evaluate this as time goes on because I don't want to commit to this one because this is actually a really good. That's a fence.
I will commit to this one because I just think right now he has a better team, so he has a more likely chance to do it. Over time, who do I think will win more? Probably Andrew Luck.
I'm not going to commit to that.
But who will win first?
I'm going to give this season.
Julio Jones is like one of the best receivers.
I know. I'm giving this. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl this year.
Look at the AFC. Look at the NFC. It's going to them right now. Them and Green Bay look like the best teams.
I'm going to say right now the Super Bowl is probably going to be the Packers and the Patriots.
That's the way it looks, but it's not going to be the Colts. I will rescind that. It's not going to be the Colts. It's going to be Patriots. Patriots are going to win that division. The
Patriots are going to win. The Packers are going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
The Bengals are beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, barely.
But that was a given.
And I'm so mad at freaking Jamal Charles.
I am not running. I don't even like. Okay, the games that are wrapped up. The Jets beat the Dolphins. That was a no-brainer as far as
how bad they beat them.
27-14.
Oh wow! Look at the halftime score.
That's ridiculous.
27. That's not bad.
And the Ravens beat the Steelers, which without Ben Roethlisberger.
Every game the Steelers play is going to be an eyesore
for the next 3 weeks.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's going to suck.
Well, until Ben's back, whenever that is.
Yeah, 3 to 5 weeks. I'm not even going to go into what isn't haven't happened yet, but the point of it is,
quick predictions.
I'm picking the Packers over the Niners.
Me too.
I'm going to take the Cardinals over the Bears. I'm going to take the Broncos over the Vikings, but that's going to be 3 points. That's going to be a 3-point game.
I got the Vikings over Broncos just because we're going to see how good their run defense really is.
I'm taking the Brownies.
I got the Browns too.
I'll take the Browns.
Cowboys,
over the Chargers.
Obviously.
Yeah, Cowboys over the Saints for sure. And I'm taking the Lions over the Seahawks.
Seahawks over the Lions anymore?
No, that's it.
That's it.
6 games left.
Yeah, Patriots and Titans are off this week.
Yeah, Monday, Sunday night, and these are your 4 o'clock games. Nice. Hopefully the Packers and Niners play because I'd really like to see it here. I can't afford NFL Sunday ticket.
Anything on football you want to talk about? Was there any one of your topic things that was football related?
Well, there's always something.
Or a quote I said, apparently.
No, that has nothing to do with football. London football is the most pointless, stupid thing that the NFL is doing. I understand you're trying to expand and let people see what we're doing over here in the London. People in London absolutely love it. Let's do preseason games in London instead. Because it's really unfair for both teams that have to go over there. They're playing jet lagged, and unless you're smart enough to go out on Monday, I don't. There's no way in hell they tried World League football. We all remember World League football. Mm-hmm. And they still doing it? No, it's done. Nobody cares. And to put an expansion team in London would be stupid.
I got 2 comments on the whole London football thing. First off, when you're sending 2 teams overseas, you're losing a home game, which is losing revenue.
Unfair to the team.
It's unfair to both teams. So, but the team that basically one team is going to lose a home game and one team is going to lose or gain an away game. So you're not going to lose anything either way. But you're stripping one team of a home game.
That was the argument.
Revenue. That's the first thing. Second, you want to know why in America it's fun to have our games here? Because most of our athletes who play football are in America. How many guys from Britain are in our league? None. They're not going to have anyone to cheer for. Okay. Well, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to do the NBA model and nationalize the sport or internationalize the sport.
It's not going to happen. It doesn't work with football.
Basketball. You can play probably 5 games a week because there's a lot of running, but you don't wear and tear your body as much. Okay, and back to what you said about preseason football. I think we just need to get rid of preseason football.
I agree. It's pointless.
Reason why is when you had preseason football, like in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s, I guess, the point of that was most guys played till like January or February, or if you played the Super Bowl, you played till January or February. But say your season ended in December, they would take off like 4 months, and then they wouldn't do anything. They might run, but they would just basically take off, and then they would use training camp and stuff to get back in shape for the season. And preseason was to get in game shape and player evaluation. I don't think you need that anymore because basically what you have now is players that are all year round players. They train all year round now. So why do you need preseason?
Well, and the thing is, preseason is going to stay until the CBA is until the CBA is.
You can make money off preseason game.
Well, you can, but the CBA needs to be changed. The guys actually need to be let to practice more. Make it voluntary. Do whatever you want, but when you're drafting guys in May, I would want them in my facility in June.
You know what I think they should
start getting brushed up, especially if they're offensive guys, because they got an entire playbook to learn. I don't want you to go home and learn the playbook. You're coming to the facility and you're going to learn the playbook with the quarterback, because quite honestly, February, March, April, May, that's enough of a vacation for anybody. Come back in June, start training. If you want to, make it voluntary, but I think the offense needs to start in June. Especially when you're bringing in
rooks. I think you should be allowed to practice all year round. Maybe not make it mandatory, but make it available to be able to practice all year round.
Well, the simple fact that you can honestly say that officials can stand there and say, you can't come into the facility today. That's bullshit. If a man wants to walk in and practice, fucking let him.
Yeah, it's your job.
The CBA is complete bullshit right now.
You get paid based on your performance in football, not based on your hours. So however many hours you want to invest in that is up to you. That's just my opinion.
Well, look at how much of their salaries are based on incentives anymore.
Yeah, actually, I think that's smart too. But
Ben Roethlisberger's first contract was so incentive-based that if he would have got to the Super Bowl, he would have made $10 million that year for a first-year quarterback that wasn't even taken in the first round.
Well, there's an issue with that. I don't think they can have every contract incentive-based. Here's why. If you do that, let's say everyone hits their incentives, and now you're $40 million over cap.
I think they built that top number in, and then if it doesn't go there, everybody's happy. You know what I mean? I think that's how it works. I don't know.
Here's what the NFL could do.
Should do.
throw this at me. I'll throw this at. Now I did tell you my idea about how I think the NFL and even college basketball or NBA should use the college football or college basketball system as like a D league, as like a developmental league or like a minor league. For example, if you're the Redskins and you draft a player right out of high school, say he wants to enter the draft out of high school, and you say you're not ready, play 2 years at this school and we'll reevaluate. That way they have game film, he can practice, so on and so forth. So you're not losing all the athletes from college football, and I wouldn't say they get all their money right away. That's what I said before. They don't get all their money right away. Maybe it's put in like a bank account. Yeah, and then as soon as they get pulled up, they get all that. They get that money they need. They get enough to live comfortably. Maybe like around like a couple thousand a month. They have enough for housing, and the league pays for their education, not so much the school. So they can use that, give that to other people, to other players.
Yeah, but then you're looking at the NFL funding college football.
I don't care. That's fine. College football is basically an internship. You said this before. It's basically an internship for the NFL anyway.
They should get paid.
And people get paid to do internships anyway.
Now we're transitioning into our college conversation, so we're going to stop this.
I'm still in this for 1 second. I'll stop the college part, but I'm going to go to another thing I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, one more NFL
topic?
Yes,
one more NFL thing on this. I don't understand why there's no minor league football. Like, that's literally owned by the NFL. You have a bunch of cities that could probably not maybe sustain an NFL team. They could probably sustain a small minor league team. Like, for example, Dallas. They could probably put a minor league team in San Antonio, and that team could probably thrive a little bit. And they could develop players there without cutting the players full bait and they not be able to play. I don't understand why there's not a minor league football system in this country where players can work out. They're eligible to work out, to lift, to stay in football shape, and to train, and have those facilities available to them other than the new show like Undrafted or whatever. Those guys on Undrafted should be in like some kind of D League or minor league football league.
We had this conversation before. My comment on that was everyone looks at the CFL as the D League. They really do. They really do. They look at Arena and the CFL as a D League. That's where you go when you want to prep.
I don't like that at all because the CFL is not the same game because you have 12 players. And it's more of a passing league. And I know the NFL passes a lot, but not all types of players transition from the NFL to the CFL and vice versa.
Yeah, but this comes back to that entire LSU Fontaine conversation.
He should go pro. That's my opinion.
But where they're talking about that he can't. He can't go pro, so what does he do? Does he take a year off and maximize his health and maximize his shape? Or does he go play Arena for a year? Or does he go play CFL for a year to stay polished? Because he doesn't want to risk the injuries that he can sustain playing as hard as Les Miles is pushing him in LSU. You know what I mean? Like, I see that argument, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be on the field and you're going to put on a fucking jersey, you better be willing to fucking play.
My issue... Oh, yeah. Okay.
But now we're getting into college football.
So we'll bring this back up. Put that on our list that we'll bring up college football and players going
forward. I need to talk about BYU anyway. So.
Okay. Anything else football-wise? Yeah, I don't like the playing an England thing overseas.
Go Raiders.
It's not a sport that's going to transition worldwide. I'm going to give you a little story on this. I bought a shirt, okay, from a store. I don't know if I told Sammy Dress. One place sold shirts like dirt cheap.
Yeah, you told me about it.
Okay. I bought a shirt from there, and I got it in European size, extra large. They are fucking small, people. I'm telling you. That's probably why they don't like football. That's why they like soccer so much. They're fucking dude, I could not get my bicep through the shirt sleeve. If I did, it would have torn. If I'd have buttoned it up, the button would have been like this, like a zipper, like for a fat person. I'm trying to hold back a boner or something.
That's insane.
Yeah, okay. We're done with football, so what's our next topic? Want to talk about college football?
I just want to wax poetically about your Falcons tearing up the Texans. Holy shit.
Did you get another touchdown?
35-0.
Did you get another touchdown? Mighty Ice get another touchdown?
I think he did.
I don't think he did. He has another bunch of yards up.
Derek Carr, please.
He did add 50 yards. That's what he wanted.
All right. We're done with the NFL. We're going to go screw around with just college sports in general.
Just college sports.
Yeah, let's just keep it at that.
College sports.
Here we go.